Hey everybody, and welcome to another ZandZ video. Happy National Beer Day. I believe it's called National Beer Day. I'm going to be showing you how to make something called the Dock Workers Breakfast. It's something that I've heard of through The Wire, which is how I think most people our age have heard of this drink.
Hey, who wants breakfast?
In fairness, I actually didn't hear about it through The Wire. I heard about it through a YouTube video talking about the scene from The Wire. What the Dock Workers Breakfast is an egg and a beer and a shot of some kind of whiskey. Apparently this was a big thing, especially back in like the early 1900s, probably before then. It was called the Dock Workers Breakfast in the show when they added a shot of whiskey, but there was a lot of terms used back in the day that relate to this. There's actually a saying that goes, what, do you want an egg in your beer? Which apparently means if you have something good, but you want something more than that, which I think is a gross misuse of that particular string of words. I think at no point should I want an egg in my beer mean I want something better than what I have. I think that means I'm ruining a perfectly good beer and a perfectly good egg by combining the two in some sort of unholy union. That being said, I'm going to do that here today because I like drinking weird and disgusting drinks. So, for the beer I chose, I decided to go with a bottle of Yuengling, mostly because that is the oldest still functioning brewery in the States. I wanted for the whiskey to go for an Old Overholt, which is the longest running distillery in the United States to this day. And it's a fairly mid-shelf bottle. I've had it before, it's good. But I got lazy and forgot, and we had a bunch of extra brooks lying around. So, well, not a bunch of them, but I still haven't finished it, so I figured I'd go with that. Anyway, without much else to say or do, let's crack into this bad boy. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever actually had Yuengling before, which seems kind of weird, but we'll pour it in our appropriately furry glass. Now, the trick to do this, the trick to doing this really would be don't. I mean, this is a terrible concoction idea that I suppose was meant to give more protein to the drink. There's a case ruling in 1915 that said that an egg and a beer didn't constitute food, so like bars could do that, so like, you know, peanuts with your beer and stuff like that, for places that weren't also restaurants. So I guess they did this for like protein, which seems like a terrible idea because, of course, worst case scenario, this is going to give me or the drinkers back then salmonella. Best case scenario, you are drinking a beer with a fucking egg in it, but you're supposed to just shoot this whole thing for Dock Workers Breakfast, follow it up with a shot of whiskey, and then go to work. I could have just done the beer and egg, which is already pretty disgusting and hearty because I don't normally shotgun my drinks, but I decided to have the whiskey for extra insurance, hope that there's any chance this farm fresh egg from actually a really nice market in town could give me salmonella. I'm obliterating those chances, so without further ado, cheers to all of you. Happy beer day, and let's see how this goes. Oh, God, I hate shotgunning beers. Oh, that's already awful. Oh, I will admit, you can't really taste the egg because you're so overwhelmed with all the beer you just drank. Also, I should let you know that this actually is my breakfast for me. Just like the last time, I decided to do this because I wouldn't back out if it was my only plans for breakfast. So we're going to follow that up with a shot of whiskey and hope we don't die. Oh, yeah, that is. Ugh. Oh, God, that's awful. Yeah, I would never recommend this to anybody. It's not bad in the sense that, again, you don't really taste the egg, but it's also just a lot hitting your stomach. And honestly, it just feels like an ordeal. It feels like I'm just going to be sick. I would not recommend this to anybody. But I will drink the last little dregs of this whiskey to try again assure that I don't wind up getting sick with anything. Thank you again for stopping by another ZandZ for another sort of boozy breakfast thing. I am 0-2 for these. I wouldn't recommend either of the things I have created or found. These are both really bad, but I also like weird challenges or weird drink ideas, so if you have any or know of any that are things that won't get me killed, like please don't be like, oh, 1 part vodka, 1 part bleach, I'm not going to drink that, or a Tide Pod challenge, I'm not going to do that, no matter how much alcohol you garnish the Tide Pod with. But weird stuff like this, historical stuff, it's weird, but kind of a fun thing to have tried. And if this was really a thing dock workers did, I don't know how they got through the day. Like, admittedly, I'm definitely not hungry anymore, but I also want to crawl into bed and dream of a world where eggs never got introduced to beer, ever. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for stopping by. Cheers to all of you. I gotta go have a nap.
And you know what? Bottoms up, you ugly horse.